Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to do a reading on what makes you fun. All right. I am so happy that you're here. My name is Kellen Love. My social media and everything is down below. I'm a tarot reader, a painter, photographer, fairy, bunch of different things. And I am here to serve you today. I have 3 different piles to choose from. You will pick a card and then you will go down to the timestamps down below, pick the number that goes with that card, and then those will be the messages for you, okay? I believe that everybody knows we put out a frequency and a vibration, and I believe that you're just matching to it with me and these cards and messages, okay? So I'm so excited to get into what makes you fun. Who doesn't like that? And yeah, I will do I will do my prayer first. I'm going to ask for blessings and call in the energies that I like and give my gratitude, and then we'll just go ahead and get started, okay? I love you so much. I'm so happy you're here, and let's have some fun. Dear Heavenly Father and Mother, Mother Gaia, the great cosmic mother, to the gods and goddesses that are all about love and peace and wisdom and fun and integration and healing and harmony, to the energies and entities that love me and love my viewers, to my fairies, my angels, my guides, my ancestors, my loved ones. Please, I invite you into this reading and to be with my energy and my viewers' energy and these messages. Please bless this reading. Bless me, bless my cards, my messages, my actions, my viewers, and the lives around them. Please bless the energy. Protect us in a bubble of love and fun, and infuse us with your divinity. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for being around us. In the name of love, amen, ashe, so mote it be. Let's go. All right, so we have 3 cards to pick from today. The first card is the home card. The second card is the depth card. And the third card is the Wonder card. Okay? So we have home, depth, and wonder. Alright, so again, timestamps are down below, and you just pick your pile, pick your message, and that's the one for you, alright? And I definitely want you to go with the pile that you feel is the most fun or that you're most drawn to. If you can go with your initial reaction, that's always helpful, but definitely the one that pulls at the heart or makes the heart feel good is the ultimate choice, alright? Okay. I love you so much. Let's get into it. Okay, if you chose the home card, this is your reading. What makes you fun? Let's find out. I'm going to start with my animal deck right here. So we're kind of going to ask Mother Nature. Mother Gaia, what makes this home pile? First, actually, let's talk about the home card. So if you were drawn to this, obviously I think your home life is what's really fun, and I think you shine and are the most fun when you're really comfortable, when you're comfortable with people and your environment and you feel safe. I think then that's when you are the most fun. I also think that part of your fun is helping people feel safe. I think you bring fun into their home. I think you make people feel comfortable and let people your energy helps people relax. It helps people be, maybe more creative and just in that flow. You definitely bring people into their heart chakra. And so, yeah, you have this very familial kind of energy, like if you're gonna have a family reunion, that kind of thing. Like, you bring people together, you make people feel comfortable and loved and included, you make people feel like you could have fun with like food and make people feel like well fed or just nourished, and you make people feel whole and homey and almost like they're on summer vacation or something, or a summer break, because when they're with you, you're like, you know, it's like getting off of work. Like, your energy is just this kind of relaxed and fun and kick your boots off and just relax and be playful, which is very safe and comfortable and heartfelt. Yeah. All right? I love that. Okay. What makes you so fun? What makes you so fun? Oh, wow. What makes you so fun? What makes you so fun? Lots of cards. Okay, so the zebra and the dragonfly for me have a very similar energy, and it's a very, very playful yet spiritual group, and very creative, like I was saying. So you have this like inner child wisdom to you, this inner child divinity, very creative, very out of the box, and just you bring into life things into people's homes and their minds that they maybe would have been like too scared to do or think of, but you like bring it to the surface of these thoughts that are playful, that might have been like super hidden, or that's just kind of like deep in their soul that they wouldn't have normally tapped into unless they had met you. You also have this very fierce energy about you. And you got the bear card, which to me is very homey, which meaning that you're very protective, which I think that's also why people feel safe where they can release and have fun around you. You could also, kind of like the hunt and kind of like to almost like get something and kind of like capture them, or like capture somebody into your house and just have a staycation and have a like weekend in, and just kind of create this like bubble of play and safe, and you create this safe environment for so much fun and creativity to happen, because it's like there's a lot of really playful and inner child and spiritual and creative ideas that want to come through, but if they are not in a safe place, they're not going to really feel like they can be them full self, that energy of those people. Like, it's hard to let your inner child and spirituality really run wild unless you really know it has a safe container for that, and you make that safe container. I see that you're also very intuitive, so you play with spirituality and you play with magic, and you're just very, I think you're very comfortable at home. So if people get in, or if you go to their house or they come to your house, it's like you can play with dark energies, light energies, child wise, like you can play with all sorts of energies, and you like the full range, and that's what that safe space does. It lets you and your friends and family play in this wide range of energies because you've created the environment for that. Okay? I love that. Wow. All right. What makes this group so fun? What makes you fun? Oh, What makes this group so fun? What makes this group fun? I feel like you're really there for people too, so it's nice because they can see that you're very independent, so you do have the capacity to help other people. Like, you can give out of, or you can pour into other people's cups because you've filled your own. I think you really help get people out of a sad state, and what makes you fun is that you can play around, like, it's this sweetness. It's like, if somebody comes to you really sad or depressed, you can bring them into that safe space. You can bring them into your home, bring them into your heart, and you can see the light in their situation, or you can find a way to bring light into their sadness, not taking away anything of what they're going through. You're not making fun of them in any way. It's just this, like, able to find the joy in the situation. And even if it's just being like, wow, this is ridiculous, or this is, just too much or something, and just like, even if you're just kind of making a joke out of the tragedy or something, but it helps people see a different perspective. And you really do turn that. You can really turn, like, scarcity, poverty, pain, lack, sorrow, heartbreak, and you really can turn the wheel and turn people's perspective and turn their energy around and give to them in a way where, you're not trying to take away all their problems. You really want to, give them their own power and happiness, but you can just show them a different way of thinking because of your creativity and your spirituality and your heart. You can really just bring joy to them, and a lot of comfort. Your fun is about really giving comfort to people, whether it's comfort physically and literally just giving them a big hug and being like a cuddle buddy and just being like physically fun, which it could go in a lot of different ways. You did get the Panther. That's what I was talking about. You can play with all the full range of energies, and once somebody gets safe in your home, you definitely have the right environment to get frisky and naughty and different things. And whether that's the way you kind of cheer people up, and so yeah, it could be very physical, or just bringing people in and letting them be comfortable to be themselves and to just let their inner child or whatever part of them that they need to express get out. You're not going to judge those energies. You are a home and a safe place for them. All right? I love that. So sweet. I love how you can change perspective and kind of alchemize the situation, kind of alchemize their emotions into something happier and more joyful. And we all get really sad or overthinking or in that kind of point of not feeling like we're enough and stuff like that. And you're a really good place to go if you're in that energy, so people can really see their value and see a different perspective and tap into the parts of themselves that are intuitive or spiritual or unique, so they can get reminded again what makes them happy. Isn't that amazing? Oh my goodness. I love that. You should love yourself. Wow. And in general, your home could just be like really fun. Like, it could just be very artsy. Your aesthetic could be really fun. Your furniture, your colors, you could just be very like vibrant, or you could just have a lot of plants and animals and stuff. I do get a lot the animal thing. This girl, she's petting a kitty. And so and just a bunch of different animals. And you got the Wheel of Fortune. So it's really kind of turning people's luck with going with the flow, going with the spontaneity of spirit and things like that. And when you're in touch with Mother Nature and animals and stuff, you really do have that ability to kind of harness in some almost like random energy, like you're just bringing in something random to kind of break the cycle of energy that people are in. All right. What makes you so fun? What makes you so fun? Well, what was I talking about? You filled your own cup so you can fill others. Ace of Cups. All right. You are emotionally healing. And again, that like laughter and peace is really what I'm getting. Is like your fun is very peaceful and healing, and it brings people back into harmony with themselves. So yeah, when people are kind of stuck in illusion, I think you allow yourself to kind of play with that and like question it and talk about it and things where other people might be like, well, snap out of it. You'll be like, well, what's going on in that world? Or like you have this more of a curiosity, and so you might be giving advice or different things too, but really it's about like, let's discover this together, not like this is what you should do. And that kind of approach is really refreshing, especially when people are lost and confused in different things. Yes, you could give them advice and tell them the way to go, and that's one way, but I like that your approach is more like, well, what do you think you should do? And maybe just like bringing a little bit of lightness to the confusion. And so people can be okay with being confused or in the dark or whatever. Like they can find some peace in it instead of fighting it so much. Okay, what makes this group so fun? What makes this group so fun? What makes this group so fun? Yeah, so you're definitely like a channel for spirit and Mother Nature. And you're able to just get in touch with a lot of different energies and combine different energies and make a bunch of different people feel comfortable and at home. Yeah, so when people are just in this time of kind of desperation or feeling lack or scarcity or different things, you give them a helping hand and you help them see the joy and the light and the color and help them play again. You really help people see their own potential, and I think you really play with your own potential. And you definitely might have some like fairy energy or spiritual energy. That's just my version of it. But you have this kind of sparkly energy about you that's just really fun. I think your energy and the potential and your power and your ideas are very magical, and people can just see that you're bursting with like potential. Whoa. All right. Yeah, you really help people get out of dark places with your fun. Okay. What makes you fun? What makes you fun? What makes you fun? Wow. Okay. All right. What makes you fun? It's funny because you got two confirmation cards, and one has feathers and one has a cup on it. And so I'm just like, the cup, again, you've gotten two cups. And then these feathers, and I like the balance of energies in the back, the moon and the sun, showing that you have that masculine and feminine that you can play with. You can play with both. That's that range of energies. Like both are safe, both are playing, both are like in tune or whatever. But it says affirmation and revelation. So you help people, like you speak life into people, and you help people speak better about themselves, and then you help people get revelations and epiphanies and come to their own ideas, or you just give them ideas and then they get the revelation. But you really give people new ideas, especially because you are a channel for spirit and the collective consciousness, and you can kind of just tap into consciousness when people themselves maybe can't. And you can kind of give that message and give that joy and love and peace and ideas to them. And then you got the Tara card, the Serenity card, the Mother of Buddha. So you're very peaceful, and I definitely said that. I think this is definitely the vibe that I'm on with the pink and the rainbow. So I love it so much. You really just have that fun and peace and playfulness and the vibrance and the joy and the kind of the community in mind in your energy. Like, you have so much to your energy that you can kind of combine, and yeah, it's this light. You're a light to a lot of people. Okay, that's what makes you so fun, is that you're so vibrant and light and creative and connected to spirit and so emotionally fulfilling, and you fill people up. You just simply fill people up with love and peace and comfort and creativity, and you help people understand their potential, and you're just so accepting and loving to all their different energies. All right, last few cards. And then I see the play card, of course. All right, last few cards. What makes you so fun? What makes you so fun? I almost said, what makes you so playful? What makes this group so fun? What makes this group so fun? Action. Wow. Your movement, your action, okay, and the trust. People trust you. You feel safe. You feel comfortable. People's soul feels safe with you. They trust you, even if they probably just met you. Your energy they can trust. All parts of themselves, right? The kid, all of it. And then your movement, your action. You could be very playful, very almost hyper a little bit, which I can relate. And the action you take is just different and loving, and you help people feel like they can act and move again. All right? I love it so much. Thank you so much. That's your reading. That's what makes you so fun. I so appreciate you being here. All right, if you pick the depth card, this is your reading. And I do have to say that I just did this whole reading and I realized I did not push my camera start. So yeah, I'm gonna redo it, and so I don't need to shuffle any cards because I've already shuffled them. But what I love about this kind of thing, or your message, is that it is your type of fun is about making like fun or light of mistakes and pain and darkness and things like that. So the fact that I messed up and now I have to redo it, I think is really funny, because your energy is really good for that kind of almost like forgiveness, compassion, and just having a new perspective on things that are dark or things that are failure or things like that. Okay? All right. So with this depth pile, your fun comes from darker energies. It comes from the darker sides, the shadow self. It comes from the deep emotions and the parts that we don't really want to show other people. We don't want to have them see it or whatever. Like, you might play and bring light to people's like fears or trauma or tragedies, but you do it in a way where you bring it up and you have compassion and you're kind of flipping the script. But I'm definitely getting this very moody, dark kind of humor and very sexy, almost a little gothic kind of energy. And it's very scorpionic to me because of that idea of playing with the poison of life. And how I had explained it was that you might have this dark humor and you might joke on people's kind of, like insecurities or pain or certain like the bad parts of the situation, but it's in a way where like, your joke might be a sting, but it actually is releasing the ultimate pain and like the big sting and power from those darker things that we don't want people to see. For example, like if you do have an insecurity or something, you might be really living in that, or there might be a part of you, your shadow self, that's really, like in pain or shame about this insecurity, and you wouldn't want anybody to talk about it or say anything or bring light to it. But your kind of energy would do that. It would bring light to that insecurity. And so people might not really like it at first, but ultimately it takes a power away from the dark, actually more hurtful part of it. So your dark humor, like if you roast people or something, and you get people to laugh about, like maybe they're hurt for a second, but if you get people to laugh about the things that make them bad or ugly or whatever, it takes the power away from it, right? So it's really healing. Your energy is very, very healing, but in a very like shadow work, darker way. And just in general, your perspective, your vision is very different. And you can see through the light. You can see through the bullshit. Your energy is all about finding the truth and being authentic and being deep emotionally. And so you're just all about the truth. You're not going to put up with fakeness. You're not going to put up with just being polite for the sake of it. You're not going to just do what's popular for the sake of it. You're not going to do with the trends or the toxic positivity or living in any kind of like la fake utopia land. You're not about that. You rather live in the depths, live in the darkness, because that's more true to you. And your fun is about being in that darker energy. Like I feel like you're really good at a party. You're really good at sex. You're really good at just being really truthful. People know if they're coming to you, there's gonna be no sugarcoating. And I think you really understand the potential of darkness and other people's darkness, and you can see their potential. I think that you have really good taste. I think that you are very mysterious, and that's what makes you so fun. I think that your intuition and your intellect, your wisdom, your street smarts is on point, and that's what makes you fun, is that you're teaching and learning new things all the time, and you're showing people like your new perspective and the things that you're learning. You got the Tower card, so you definitely bring like epiphanies, and you break down any kind of rocky structure. If anything that people believe in is a lie, or it doesn't hold up to what they said earlier or whatever, because you did get the Camel, which is the card for me of like, or in this case of like kind of remembering and storing up things. Like if somebody did something to you a long time ago, or they did something to themselves a long time ago, you're gonna remember and bring that up. And again, it's like people might not like what you're bringing up all the time right away, but they understand the value of it, at least later for sure. You got the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So you slice to the truth. I think you have brilliant ideas. I think you're very sharp, very quick-witted, very witty. And then you have this providing energy. I think you're very generous. I think that you like that kind of, maybe kind of dominance. Your masculine energy could be a little dominant. But you definitely have this, I think you think of yourself and your intellect, you know where you stand, and people see your power. And I do think you're very giving, but yeah, you cut to the chase, you cut through, you're very blunt, and very just as well. But I do think you're very, very caring, even though you might be dark and blunt and things. I do think you have this sensitivity to you as well. And that's why I was saying the Scorpio energy, because it is harsh, and some people forget that, it's like a water sign still, because it has this kind of dark, hard exterior. But yeah, you do bring a lot of new perspective and yeah. So you've also got the creation card, the dance card, the joy card, and the wisdom card. All right. So your creativity is what makes you so fun. And I love that this has the dark around it, because I think you really use the pain and the darkness and the tragedy for what you create. And I think that's what a good artist does. It takes that darkness and it alchemizes it into something artful, or something new, something that's healing, because of the, like, almost like the catharticism, I don't think that's a word, but the cathartic energy of releasing that darkness. And then, yeah, you got the womb card, which is what I think you're really good at sex and your sexual energy. In general, you have the moodiness and the emotion and the depth to really make sex good, and to have that sexiness just in you. Like, you're very cool, like leather jacket kind of energy of like being in the corner smoking a cigarette, not caring about other people, what they're wearing or what they're doing or whatever. And with that dominant King of Pentacles energy and this like slicing to the truth and getting to the point, I think it just makes for really good sexual energy. And then you got the dance card. So whether you dance or not, or you just get people moving and grooving with your music or something like that, it's that sexiness. People love the way you move. You're fun, and the way you move around is fun. And then, even though you do have this darkness, and you might roast people, and you do play a lot in the mystery, and you play with poison a little bit and sharpness, you still have a lot of joy. And I think that's what you know about the darkness, is that when you tap into it and you release it, that poison, you release the poison, you can actually have more joy on a soul level, because you've released the darkness. So instead of this shallow, short-term, temporary, polite, like light, surfacey positivity, you rather tap into that poison, tap into the darkness, so it does your release, so that you are more whole, more full, more real, more healed, so that more joy can come in, right? So you're the ultimate shadow worker. And then you got the wisdom card. I think that you really get wisdom from your experiences and what you learn. You got the intellect card. So I think you're very studious. I think you're very absorbent of like new data, new energy, new research, new topics, new videos of like documentaries and stuff. Anything like that. I think that you pick it up well. I think you share it. I think you're always kind of absorbing and learning. And that's part of what's so healing about you. And yeah, it's just you're brilliant, you're smart, and you feed the truth, or you only go for the truth, and you only want to feed energy into that, even if it brings a tower moment, even if you're bringing and crumbling things down, like realities or people's perspectives, or whatever. You're like, okay, that's the price of it. So yeah, you have this sweetness and sensitivity and joy and creative energy, so much creative energy, and a deep soul, really, really deep soul. And then this just dark humor perspective of, yeah, just being blunt and authentic, and yeah, you're just really cool. Like, you're a really good time. Like, you're sexy, you're fun, you're into darker things. Maybe you really like scary movies, and yeah, like kind of gothic things, or like dating gothic people, or maybe you like adrenaline stuff, or you're into like sports, like extreme sports, or maybe you really like anime, or I don't know, other cultures or something, where it's like you want to speak a different language, or you like to speak a different language, or something just kind of niche, and it's like not particularly trendy, but it's really cool that you like that kind of thing. Like your hobbies and your aesthetic, your style, for sure. You have really good style. That's like the darkness really fits into that sexy, good style. And yeah, it's like you have the structure and strength to go into the darkness, and so people trust that even though maybe they're not used to it or whatever. Last cards. What makes this group so fun? What makes this group so fun? Yep. Your logic, which is funny because it's like, how is that fun? But it's because you have a very logical approach to being like bad or dark or doing naughty things or doing things that maybe like you're not supposed to or whatever. But yeah, you bring this peace overall, even though you're like using chaos as the like conduit or the catalyst for things. I think it's for this overarching joy and peace in the big spectrum, but you're using darkness and your quick wit and these different other things to get there. And so it's very refreshing in a dark way. But yeah, you really cleanse out the bullshit. You really cut to the chase. You are very joyful. You have a very good sense of humor. You make people laugh and joyful all the time. You bring people peace and healing, and you help people get kind of what's logical and rational when they're kind of spiraling. Also, you think of like maybe in ways where people would be like, oh, we shouldn't do this or we shouldn't do that. You can bring like a logic, like it's okay, like there's no should and shouldn'ts in life. You can just do it and be you and be cool about it, like chill. You're just like chill. But yeah, you're brilliant, you're deep and dark and creative and sexy, and yeah, that's what makes you so fun. All right, I love you so much. Thank you for letting me read for you twice. And I hope to see you on the next one. My social media, tip jar, and all that is down below if you'd like to support me. And yeah, I love you so much. Thank you. See you on the next one. Bye. If you chose the Wonder card, this is your reading. These are your messages. Such a fun card. This is a very unique card in my deck. Most of the other ones don't have like all this white space, and it's just a very different thing. It's like confetti, right? So obviously you're wonderful. What makes you fun is that you're wonderful. But I mean, clearly you're bringing new ideas and new sense of wonder and curiosity. This card definitely has its inner child completely intact, and that is what makes you so fun, is that your inner child, your creativity, I mean, like, you're just like a birthday party. Your energy, your ideas are so fun. And obviously the way you celebrate, I mean, it's like confetti vibe. Your celebratory energy is so fun. You bring that celebration to people, and I mean, like, that's the epitome of fun, right? Celebrating. All right, what makes you so fun? What makes this pile so fun? What makes you so fun? All right, so you got the bee card, which I absolutely love because the bee again has its inner child. I mean, this is a very playful and obviously sweet card, sweet energy. So your sweetness is what makes you so fun. Also, the light and the joy and how you connect people, right? Bees are pollinating flowers, so think they're spending their whole life in beauty and sweetness and going from one beautiful thing to the next. So that is you just are bouncing around from different beautiful experiences and sharing them to different people and creating sweetness and joy and fertility through that. So you're very abundant, very, very abundant. You also got the Ten of Pentacles, which, you know, is the card of legacy and abundance and things. So what makes you fun is that your ideas and your energy is so valuable and so quality, and your ideas are so valuable and quality. People can tell that you just have so much value and worth whether, the riches are there or not, you are internally rich and sweet and like this very full. You bring light to the darkness. You got the bee and the firefly. So I'm like, you're just flying around, buzzing around, bringing joy, bringing peace, bringing light, bringing fun, bringing playfulness to people. Especially, I love the firefly bringing the light to the dark, I think you can really see through the dark, and you can really see through people's darkness in a way where you just really see the good in them. You see the sweetness in them, even if they're harsh or, angry or even supposed to be these bad people. You can find compassion and forgiveness and give it to pretty much anybody. Not that you should, some people or whatever. That's up to you. But you have this capacity. You have this ability to have compassion and forgiveness and love and sweetness towards anybody, even if they've done you wrong or whatever, which I don't recommend. I think you should stand up for yourself. But I think you do. I think that you are strong, and that you hopefully you don't let people cross your boundaries, but you do have such a light and such a joy. That's kind of why I'm saying that, is because you are so bright and light and sweet that you do want that to be protected. But I think you do. I think you do protect yourself. And maybe that's it. Maybe you help protect the light in others. Maybe you see that light and you help other people protect themselves, so they don't get taken advantage of by like narcissists or energy vampires or something like that. You also really shine a light on other people. You balance out your energy and help balance the energies maybe in the room. And you have just so much like passion and that inner childness of the creativity and the love and curiosity and the wonder. You let it take you forward, and you're not afraid to be that kind of fool and just trust the universe. And I think that's, people really trust you because of that too. I think you're really warm. I think that what makes you fun, obviously you got the sun and you've got the firefly and things like that. You also got the tarantula, which has this very warm background, and it's this very deserty animal, which gives me a lot of warmth. It's also, the tarantula is like really furry, and I get these just nice vibes from it. And it's a very sturdy like animal, or insect, or arachnid, whatever. But it's almost like people might be almost initially a little scared of like how open you are or how much passion you have. There's something that initially people kind of are like intimidated by almost, and then they see how like wonderful and sweet and everything you are. And it's kind of fun because you do have some almost like, I don't want to say brutality, but something like in your exterior or appearance where people think that, or maybe the way you talk, that you will be like harsher or something, or that you could be dangerous or whatever, but it's just not the case. Or it's like those parts of you are like inactive now because you've healed them, or something like that, where it's like you're such a beast but you're so sweet. So it's really fun because you can kind of play and balance with that, like how sensitive and strong you are. Not that they don't go together, but you just balance them really well. The strength and the beastness and the like having to defend your energy, because like if you are really sweet, you do need to defend it, but you don't want to pull walls up because then your heart is blocked off. But I'm getting your heart is very open, very allowing and accepting, but you protect yourself as well. And I think you really know how to balance that together. What's really fun about you is that you're a really good manifester. You're really good about bringing what you want in. Also, you're really good about seeing different options for people. Where people might be really stuck, you're good about seeing more because that curiosity, right? Because of that adventurous energy and this kind of childlike perspective, you usually can see more options and just see more possibilities than other people see, because you're not going on this like normal path. Yeah. So you are very aware that the universe works in very peculiar ways, and in general I'm getting this very like quirky, peculiar, unique, yeah, quirky is the word, energy from you. You're very caring and giving and sweet. I think you give a lot, which is really nice and very fun. Yeah. You might love to swim. You might really love the water, so just being in the water is very fun for you. But yeah, you might be really good at parties or planning. I think your laugh is really good, fun. I think you really help other people laugh. But really it's that adventurous energy of being willing to just kind of follow spontaneity and follow curiosity and follow a path just because you've never been down there before. All right, what makes you fun? What makes you fun? Oh, you got Mother Gaia, nature. Oh, and Hecate. The witch that this card says is about crossroads. So you really help people in their crossroads. You help people when they're tied up and confused and if they feel constricted by their beliefs, if they feel like they don't have choices. It's again that thing where it's like if they feel like they're bound to a situation or bound to a person or a job or something like that, you go in and show them that they have more options, you give them new ideas and it's like you give them new ways to play, you give them new vision to see just different ways of doing things. They don't have to do things in like very structured, limited way, that there's more, and that especially if you're connected to spirit, your inner child, that there is just so much more paths and energy and windows and doors that the universe uses and opens for people if you're more accepting and open with your heart. And I think that you do that. I think you have a really good confidence and your heart chakra is really open, so people trust you and they see that you have so many possibilities because you live in this open realm and that you're not just stuck to this like 3D structure. So there's just so much more that the universe can give you and work and speak and provide for you when you're allowing of things to come in peculiar ways, unconventional ways. But yeah, it's that word peculiar. You're very peculiar. But yeah, you help people out of their crossroads, you help people out of confusion, and help people out of limiting beliefs to get more passion, more confidence, more ideas, and more playfulness. And then you got Mother Gaia, you got nature. Come on, I'm like, when you're swimming, when you're in nature, or maybe you just give people those ideas like, hey, let's go hiking or let's go to the beach or whatever. You're that person that's like bringing those ideas to get back into nature. And I think you're kind of just a more natural person where you really spark and your joy and your funness comes out in nature. Yeah. And again, you're very fertile, right? Or like when it comes to your just like ideas and projects, and I mean maybe literally with babies and stuff, but really it's just like you bring forth incredible brainstorming ideas, passion projects, all of that. You can just bring it into life easily. All right, what makes you so fun? What makes you fun? What makes this group fun? Spirit. Okay, one card, please. Like 1 or 2 cards. What makes this group fun? It's just giving me these huge stacks. Okay, no, it's good. Oh my goodness. I've been talking about your heart chakra this whole time. And then you get the hearts. I love it. Your heart is so fun. You're so caring. You're so giving. You're so sweet. So loving, so lovable. You could be really, really fun in your partnerships, really fun in romance, really fun in just that kind of domestic-ish energy, or maybe just like dates. Like, you're really fun to go on dates with, just to be romantic with in general. Loving, yeah. And then you got the Shaman card. When I tell you that you help people out of crossroads, you help people out of confusion, and that you bring light to the dark, this is what I'm talking about. You bring the light, you bring the sun, you bring the wisdom and the peace and the joy. I mean, the Wonder card. You heal with this energy. You heal with the new ideas. You're healing people with your peculiar perspective. People can really see that you're a gem, that you're a diamond, that you have something very intact and like solidified within yourself that kept your magic and your joy, like your inner your childlike wonder, intact. Like, that's solid, that is firm, like it's not going anywhere. You can never get rid of that kind of energy because it is just solidified within you to have this fun, playful energy. Yeah, you bring this childlike energy to people so much, and it's so nice. It's so healing, and I think that you do take people to other realms. I think you do take people to new perspectives. Maybe you like psychedelics. Maybe you really like going on trips with people. Whether that's traveling or mentally, or whatever, physically or mentally. But you take people places. Adventures, travel, psychedelic trips. You take people to a new reality, to a new way of thinking, to just something different that they really need to get them out of that very limited, like, kind of just like toxic masculine structure that society has us in, of like, productivity is your worth, and you know, you got to be this to make it, or whatever. Like, you just really burst people out of that, and you give them new perspective, new light, and you help people be more joyful and proud of their own light as well, like their own uniqueness, their own peculiarness. You bring that out in people, and so it's just really fun how, yeah, just how quirky you are. All right, last few cards. So playful. I love it. Your heart and your lights. And then you got the Shaman card. Like, you're taking people to new realities. You're jumping people into this more positive, loving state. Wow. Good job. Thank you. I love you. All right. What makes you so fun? What makes this group fun? What makes this group fun? What makes people... Oh, what makes this group so fun? Oh, I love it. Wow. What makes this group fun? Your intelligence, your mind is, you're really, really smart. And I think that part of that intelligence is also like emotional intelligence, and the fact that you can keep your childlike wonder and be really smart and intelligent and have this, you're all about new perspective, so new learning, and I think that you do need to have a little bit of a childlike quality to be a really good student, or to be a forever student of life. And because of that, because of your childlike learning and things, you're a different kind of authority. And that's what makes you fun, is that you know that you don't have to be, or other people at least know too, that you don't have to be the queen and the ultimate like ruler, or the ultimate like, you don't have to master everything for you to get started and to lead community and to like if you want to lead a passion project or whatever, it's like, you know that it's not because you're extremely qualified or whatever. It's because you're curious, you're positive, you're very advancing, like your energy. I don't know why that word, but you advance and you bring light and you have good energy and attitude about life. And that's really what's most important, is that you don't have this like big ego. You don't have, that's keeping you where it's like you have to be this like, I don't know, just the way you do authority, or why people trust you to lead groups or lead people or lead the passion project or lead the trip or whatever, is just because of your passion. It's because of your love of the situation. It's not because you have this most like qualifications. It's because you deeply love what you're doing. You're letting the passion and the joy and the love lead you, and people want to follow that. Like, you don't need to be the best, but you do need to love it the most for people to, I'm just spitting all over the place, for people to really want to follow you in a really authentic, joyful way. And that's you. Also, why you have this really good authority is because of your communication. It's because of the way you talk to people. It's because of the way that you're really explaining your passion and your love and your ideas to people. So people understand you and they get it, and you're getting these big concepts, these big, maybe shamanic concepts, these big like psychedelic, spiritual concepts, and you're breaking them down into easily digestible and fun ways of absorbing the information. And so people understand you, they get you, they can talk to you, they can communicate in whatever level they're at, whatever level their consciousness is at. I think you can meet them there and talk to them there. And it's just really beautiful, very important for somebody that has people that want to follow them. And that's you, whether you have a lot of followers like on social media, or just like, yeah, like I said, when you're in a group, when you're traveling with your friends or whatever. But people love your energy and they want to follow your energy simply because you're super passionate, loving, light, positive, and you know how to communicate and kind of break down big concepts into pieces where a child could understand it. And I think that that's really important for a leader, somebody, is that you want them to be able to explain something on every level, and so that nobody feels like belittled. Because sometimes like our boss or a leader or whatever can make you feel like they hold this special authority and they're like just a little bit like entitled, or like they've just got this upper hand on their intelligence or whatever. But you don't do that with your intelligence. You don't do that with your power or whatever, or like make people feel small or less than, or they know less or whatever. You really get down to their level. If you're talking to a kid, you bend down on your knees, you like get down and squat to be talking to them eye to eye. It's that kind of energy where like you're gonna get down to their level and talk, and there's no pride about it. There's no like, oh, I'm better or I'm bigger or whatever. And that's why people love you. That's why people want to follow you. And you're so supportive. That's the other thing. People want to support you, and they appreciate your support so much, and you're so fun because you support that creative and that childlike and that passion within other people. That's really it, is that you support other people's passions, and whatever they're good at, you have a passion for bringing out other people's passion. And it's just so fun. I love it. And then finally, oof, and it's got candle wax all over it. Great. You might be a little messy like me, where it's like a little bit of that like childlike chaos that's refreshing because it's authentic, right? This card has wax all over it. Anyway, you bring people inspiration. Okay, I mean, that passion and inspiration is exactly what this Page of Wands is all about. Okay, and the Sun card. The passion and inspiration, That's exactly what these are both saying. All right, so what makes you so fun? For the third time, your passion, your inspiration, your heart, your intelligence, and I want to say your divine intelligence. The way that it's almost like you don't expect or the authority that it's like you don't expect the authority that you're given, or you just approach it completely different. Your sweetness, your warmth, your light, and the way that you can balance energies, especially when it comes to your wisdom and your like curiosity and almost like foolishness a little bit, just in the way of like being not afraid to start something new. I think you have like a courage about you, an adventure, a love, and it all comes from this wonder, this curiosity, these ideas, this ability to dream or to think and to let your mind just kind of play in the magic of life and joy. Yeah, it's so beautiful. You're such a gem, such a light, so sweet and passionate, inspiring and supportive in the heart. Like, wow. All right, I love you so much. You got me smiling so hard my cheeks are hurting. All right, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I hope to see you again soon. I have all my social media and stuff down below. I have a tip jar if you would like to share the value. You know, a little goes a long way. And yeah, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next one, okay? Peace.